Hello everybody, my name is Jagiero and welcome back to another episode in my survival world. In the last episode, I built this lovely bone block alchemy tower that houses a simple brewing system set up, and by system I mean it's got two brewing stands on one of the upper floors and a bunch of nether wart below. It's fine. It's also covering a hole that goes down to the skeleton grinder, which I have not finished decorating just yet because I'm actually starting this video really soon after finishing the last episode. I'm really excited to be playing Minecraft. I just want to play Minecraft all the time. Stupid life getting in the way. Okay, now over here, as you can see, I've been making some changes to the mineshaft. In fact, I've blown it up, essentially. I've blown up the mineshaft. This is the TNT Dropper system that we used for the tree farm in the last episode that I built. And I'm using it to just blast a big hole down there because I need to dig out a whole bunch of blocks from here. And I figured, well, I might as well just blow it up instead of spend the time digging it because that's probably going to be easier. So I'm using this. The advantage to using this simple system here, just see, it's beautiful. Ow, that's fine. The disadvantage is it blows up in your face, but that's fine. The secondary explosion that goes off doesn't matter because there's a water source block there, so that negates all the damage. So it's fine. It doesn't hurt you, it doesn't blow up the system. It's fine. Yeah, so this is very simple. It doesn't use any slime blocks, which is great for me because I don't really have any slime. I don't have enough slime balls to make a single slime block. So yes, that helps. But also, it's really easy to take down and rebuild because at some point, the TNT will eventually blow up before it actually reaches the floor. In fact, we might have reached that point already looking at this. Maybe. So I'll have to take this down and just rebuild it further down below. So I want to get all the way down to Y-53 to get to diamond level. So essentially that is my first job for today. And there it is, my huge gaping hole. Isn't it beautiful? Alright, so that was a lot of fun, actually, and a hell of a lot more fun than digging it all out by hand. But now I do need to clean it all up and decorate it, obviously. Now what I'm going to do is essentially just build a whole bunch of wooden supports and stuff going around. I'm going to, what's the word for terraform, but make it look like a cave. Anyway, I'll make it look like a cave, basically for the walls and stuff, then supported by the wooden struts, and then we're going to have a minecart track going all the way up, from the bottom to the top, and it's going to unload into a bit of a storage system, so that when I'm down there, I can gather up all the blocks, shove them in a minecart chest, throw it onto the tracks and send it up into a lovely storage system at the top. That would be great, I think. I've never had that before, so that would be fun to try out. Because I've got some ideas for the actual mineshaft itself. We're going to use something like, what do they call them? Are they called tunnel bore machines? Something like that, to dig out a whole bunch of space and get a load of resources that way rather than, digging it all by hand. Now, you may notice that my levels have gone down slightly, okay? Why do you think that might be? Could it possibly be that I died? Maybe. Who knows? I died, okay? I died. Now, can you guess how I died? Okay, bearing in mind we have a huge gaping hole here that I am constantly standing right on the edge of, even though there is some lovely water right at the bottom there. In fact, do you want to see what it looks like when I jump down? It's so much fun. I'm right. If I just move this way a bit. Perfect landing. Unlike the landing I had earlier on when I just fell and went splat and died. Okay, now how do I get back up? I've got a lovely little quick bubble vator here. I say quick, this is actually still slow. I can imagine, like, using the minecart to get up would probably take, like, 2 minutes still. So that would be, it's going to be an interesting ride, methinks. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but that's fine. Okay, so, yeah, I'm going to need a whole bunch of minecart tracks for this. And I've got I've got a controversial way of getting them, okay? So controversial that it made my voice go squeaky. Okay, so have a look here. This is something a lot of you may recognize. This is a rail duper. Now, duping in Minecraft, okay, it's a divisive subject, to say the least. I'm okay with it when it's just small things like rails, for instance. Now, eventually, I'm going to have an iron farm, maybe even in the next episode, which would make, this pretty much redundant. I could just get all the iron I need from that to make the rails. Eventually, we will have a gold farm as well, so that, again, it would be redundant in the future. So I don't mind duping things like rails. Now, if it was something like, I don't actually know if you could duplicate like diamonds, for instance, but if that's possible, I would never do that. Okay, so something like that, I wouldn't ever do that, or like netherite or something like that. Okay, so you just have to forgive me for this. This is my world, and I'll cry if I want to. So this works just by spamming that, and then it throws all the rails over there, which is great. Brilliant way of getting a whole bunch of rails. Now, you may notice that this, in fact, uses some slime blocks. And I mentioned earlier on that I haven't got any slime, or haven't got enough slime to make one slime block. Well, now I have. Because I decided to build a quick slime farm, and this one is from a tutorial by moretingz, and there'll be a link for it in the description. It uses swamp spawning mechanics rather than needing to dig out slime chunks, so it's really simple and easy to build, and it works just great. So there is the slime farm down below, and as you can see, there's a big ladder going up to an AFK platform at the top here. Now, I've just spent the night up here, so hopefully we should have plenty of slime balls waiting for us in little storage units down below. Now, I'm thinking for this area, okay, so I want to decorate every farm that I build, so eventually I think I want to turn this place into like a crashed derelict spaceship of some sort. Like it's a big sphere, okay? It's a big UFO, right? So I might as well turn it into a big UFO. Why not? Now, I presumed that the slimes only spawned at nighttime, but it turns out that is actually not the case. They spawn in daytime as well. So this is actually, it works during daytime as well, so that's great. There shouldn't be any in there now. Let's just take a look with free camp. No, so I'm not up at the AFK platform right now, so there's a whole bunch of caves and stuff loaded below, so it's not working very well right now. But let's just go check the storage system, see what we have from one night. All of that is from one single night. So that's great. We've got tons of slime now. I just might as well take a whole bunch of these with me. So yeah, that works great. So as you can see, we just have there we go. We have an iron golem in the center here. The slimes spawn in this spawning space here. Now, only slimes spawn in here because of these glow lichen at the top. So glow lichen doesn't really give off a lot of light, but it gives off some. Mobs need to spawn in absolute 0 light level, whereas slimes can spawn at, I think it's like 7 below, something like that. I think it's, yeah, 7 and below. So this gives off just enough light to let slimes spawn, but not regular mobs. Okay, so they spawn, they are attracted to the golem, they trigger to try to attack him, they fall down onto this, and then they die. The slime balls get picked up by this lovely minecart here. As you can see, this is just going all the time, and this is a little minecart unloader system here. So that's how it works, and it works very well. Now, something else I have in the swamp here, as you can see, a bunch of frogs. So I really like frog lights. I think they're a great addition to the game. So I'd really like a frog light farm in this world. So I've captured a bunch of frogs here. I think there's about 7. I need at least 9, I would say. So there's 3 different types of frog lights. You need to breed them in different biomes to get the different ones. So I'll have to have a little bit of a journey with a few of them to get all of the different frog lights or the different frog types, but that's fine. Then we can build up a little farm in the nether for them to eat the magma cubes and poop out frog lights. That's gonna be great. Enough of those slimy shenanigans, let's get back to the task at hand. So this is my big gaping hole, and I need to decorate it. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to actually dig out a whole bunch extra blocks just around the edges and stuff, and then build up and decorate the sides first before I put in the wooden struts. Now the thing is though, earlier in the episode I mentioned that I died. Okay, so I mentioned in the first episode that every time I die I have to pay a price or do some sort of punishment, rather than playing in hardcore mode like a real Minecrafter. So what I'm going to do is, for the rest of the episode, I'm not allowed to use real tools, okay? So what I'm going to have to do for this task, I'm going to have to dig out all of these blocks using only this salmon. Okay, forget it. Okay, it's not worth the joke. It's really not worth the joke. I had to get a fishing rod. Just to get that salmon, by the way, and then I remembered that you can just go into the lake or the river and just punch a salmon. It's fine. Okay, so I'm going to use wooden tools. This was suggested by Mr. Allout J in the comments of the last episode. Thank you for all the comments, by the way. I forget to reply to them because I don't have notifications on my phone anymore, so apologies for that. But I really do appreciate all the lovely comments that I've got, that I've been getting in the last couple of episodes. It's been really great. And all the support. It's beautiful. I'm not going to cry. It's fine. Okay, so for the rest of the episode, I'm going to have to use wooden tools to complete this task. I'm predicting that this is going to go horribly, and I'm going to be very, very annoyed by the end of it. But it's supposed to be a punishment, so therefore, get on with it, Jag. So, doing all this digging with just wooden tools was, I think, maybe the most painful experience I've ever had in this game, aside from, I don't know, draining an ocean monument. But it is a punishment, a penance to pay to the Reaper of Souls for dying like a moron. And punishments are not supposed to be easy. So I bravely soldiered on. I broke through the boredom barrier by watching a show called The 100 on Amazon Prime, not sponsored, and got it done. Then it was time to put the walls back, but in a different way, by layering different blocks to create a gradient from deep slate at the bottom to dirt at the top, trying to enhance the sense of depth to my gaping hole. Eventually, I got to adding in the wooden supports and rails that make up the mineshaft structure. This used a whole lot of wood, which wasn't a problem thanks to the wood farm I built in the last episode. Finally, I terraformed the hills around the outside and built the entrance to the mine and a storage place for the items for the minecarts to unload into. All in all, this may have taken longer than I wanted, but I have to say I'm very satisfied with the final result. And there we have it, the completed mineshaft with the entrance over here, the place for this storage over there, the minecart system is all hooked up, and it is all done. Look at that, doesn't that look beautiful? This, honestly, it was a hell of a lot of work for something that I'll probably not even use that much, but that's totally fine. I do have more plans for something a little down below, so we'll get to that in the future. But yeah, this is great. This is great. So I have a little hole here going down to iron level, which is Y16, and then this one is down to copper level, but I haven't even dug it yet. I have no idea what copper level is or whether I even need to go down to copper level. Like, I think copper is it's pretty abundant anyway. It's fine. Okay, so I have an interesting statistic that came about from digging this thing with the wooden tool. So if we go to times broken, the top item is a wooden pickaxe, broken 87 times. 87 times I broke pickaxes digging this stupid hole with stupid wooden pickaxes. I never want to use them again. But it definitely was a suitable punishment. It was an actual punishment for dying, and I don't want to die again because I don't want to do that kind of thing ever again. Please. Thank you very much, Jag. Okay, anything else about the entrance? I don't think so. Oh, this here is a bubble vator. Goes all the way down to the bottom, so you can just get up quickly from the bottom, but that's fine. Let me, what can I try? Okay, so let me show you first. Oh, let's go down below first. Okay, so this is really fun. There's just a a water hole at the bottom, so you can just land in that like so. Oh, that is so nice. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. I love it. Okay, so what's going to happen here is obviously I haven't finished this at all. I've closed off the original mine, which goes that away behind that wall, and we're going to go this direction instead. And I mentioned earlier, we're going to use something like tunnel bores to just blast out a whole, like a massive, huge area, and then get all the items that away, you know? I've never done like a tunnel bore thing, so that could be quite interesting. I have no idea how to do it. It's fine. Okay, you can see we've got a lovely little minecart here. Let me just grab that and put it in place there, and this is a way to get up to the top if you don't fancy using the bubble vator. It's a fair bit slower, but let's try it anyway because I know it's going to be fun. Okay, let me turn the thing off. Let me press the button and look up. Check it out. So now you can see underneath, and you can see the gradient going from the deep slate. Then we start introducing the tuff mixed with the stone, then the andesite mixed with the stone. Then we've got the gravel coming into the into it, and then back to tuff again into the granite, then the dirt, and finally we're at the top here. Okay, and the minecart should actually shoot back and go all the way down to the bottom. That's because I've got this activator rail here, so that actually just throws you out of the cart, lets the cart go into the storage system. The cart was obviously empty, so it goes all the way back down where it will stay. But I do have a minecart with a chest here. I'm just going to put that there. When I'm going to put some items in, say 15 birch leaves, I'll give it a bit of a nudge, and off it'll go into that system over there, and it shouldn't take too long to empty. And there it goes, back again. Lovely. So that should just wait for me at the bottom as well. So like the next time I want to go down there, do a bunch of mining, I can stick all the items that I grab into the minecart chest and send them up to the top. It'll unload, and then the minecart will go back down again. This is great. I've never had this kind of system before, so that's it's really like new and interesting for me. It's wonderful. Okay, so this is the storage system, and hopefully, yes, we do have the 15 birch leaves that I just put in there. I hope it was 15 I put in there, right? I don't know. I think it was 15. It's fine. So that is pretty much it. Now, working on this mineshaft design was a bit of a chore, so I had a bit of a break. I decided to build another house. Again, you've seen me build these houses in the first couple of episodes, so you know exactly what the process is, so I've just did it off camera. But this one's slightly different because we have the granite chimney and then the cherry wood for the windows there. It looks pretty pink, but that's fine. It's totally fine. It's we've used cherry wood in some other builds around the place as well, so it works with it. It's all good. Let me show you from the front, I guess. There's nothing particularly special about this build. It's just a rectangle with a little entranceway sticking out a little bit from the rest of the build. Essentially, I didn't have a lot of space. I guess I could have stuck like an extra porch bit on this side. That might have been more interesting, but it's fine. We're going to do a whole bunch more houses around the place anyway, so it's all good. As you can see, I've got a pathway going from it as well. I've linked up a whole bunch of other pathways. I've got these lamps here, these lovely what do you call them? Street lamps. That's what I was trying to think of. The word was not going to come out of my brain hole. It's fine. Street lamps about the place, and then around my main house area here, around the path, I've just got some. I was trying some bushes and fences and stuff just to see if it would look okay. I mean, yeah, maybe add something. I don't know. And I can add them along this path as well, and then like in these sort of interior grass sections, I could do some like carrots or something. I don't know. Something to just fill that space. Something's needed there, methinks. And I could do like carts and other decorations, wells and stuff like that around the place. And then the only other thing is I built this tree. I'm not very good at trees, but I try my best, okay? I'm getting better at doing the actual shape of the tree, but doing the leaves, it's difficult. It's really difficult. I'm not going to lie. I found that one of the most interesting things to try and do is to incorporate air into the leaves so that you have the leaves all spaced out with lots of air gaps in between them. And, you know, I don't know if this one works quite as well as that other one, because that was a bit thicker. I should maybe add some more leaves in. It's fine though. It's totally fine. And again, around the island, we'll have a whole bunch more of these trees as well. Alright guys, well that is enough shenanigans for one video. We managed to get a slime farm built, so that's great. If I ever need some slime blocks and stuff in the future, which I will do for certain redstone projects and stuff, that's great. We've got that sorted now. In the next episode, or at least very soon, I really need an iron farm sorted because I am getting so low and I keep having to go digging for iron and it's getting a little bit tedious now. Speaking of tedious, let's get rid of these stupid wooden tools. I never want to see them again in my life. That's a fence. That can go as well. Sure, why not? But that is all I've got time for today. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you'd like to see more, click the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.